Hello YouTube, and thank you for watching. Today I want to talk about fixing a deadlock the easy way. A deadlock is a resource contention where the two transactions are waiting on each other indefinitely and database has to intervene. Usually the side with the smaller rollback gets killed so that the other transaction can resume. We have a golden gate in our production environment that was facing intermittent deadlocks. Grep on the trace file with the keyword deadlock showed the following information. Single resource deadlock, blocking in queue which blocks itself with a flag F0. Scrolling down, here is the golden gate, the replicate information, and the current SQL that is triggering the deadlock. It's an update statement on a particular table. Scrolling down further, we have the resource name given in hexadecimal. This is a table that is actually causing the deadlock. And this is a summary of issue and resolution. So we did a cat on the trace file, and it found this F0 flag. According to this article here in blogspot.com, the F0 identifier at the end of the lock line shows that this is a lock because of missing foreign key index. The object name that is causing the deadlock can be found by querying the DBA objects, converting the hexadecimal to the number. And this is what the execution plan of the update statement looked like. Now, what is a foreign key? Well, a foreign key linked together two tables and are constrained to ensure the user cannot take actions that would damage the dependence links between the two tables. In order to explain what this means, I'll do a quick demo. We have two tables. We have a product table and we have a sold table. So the sold table tracks purchases, and we can see two rows here. There was a product ID with a quantity of 3 purchased by user ID, and we have another sale, the same product with quantity 13, also purchased by this user ID 33. The product ID in the sold table is referencing the product ID in the product table. What happens if the product ID is changed so that this number no longer exists? Well, that would break the referential constraint between the two tables and leave what's called orphan records. Let's try updating the product ID in the product table and see what happens. Oracle throws integrity constraint violated, child record found. So this will prevent orphan records. Now what is happening in the background is that as you try to update the product table, it searches through the referential constraints, foreign keys, and looks for child records. So it'll scan the sold table, product ID column, looking for values to make sure that the orphan records are prevented. For a table with 2 rows, this is not a big deal, but as the table grows to millions and billions, the search for child records gets slower and slower and slower. And as the transaction volume increases, eventually you'll reach the deadlock situation. Okay, so let's see what foreign keys are pointing to the product table. There's a product table, schema, and here it is. So we have a child table, sold, with a column product ID, and here's a constraint name that is referencing the product table, the PK primary key product. So we know that this column is pointing to that column. And what we need to do is to expedite the search on the child table by putting an index on the product ID column. After the index was created, the deadlock problem was resolved. I hope you found this information useful. If you enjoy the content, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you.